Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Your Clock is Ticking, Dandapani. So, I have no idea what does mean by Your Clock is Ticking. The thing that this reminds me of is when Acharya Prashant talked to one of his guests saying that I'm running out of time, I'm running out of time. And he's working a very successful job, but he's talking about his spirituality. And my thought on that was the fact that you cannot rush it. You cannot force it. If you're forcing it or rushing it, it's not going to work. In my opinion, it shouldn't work. Perhaps there are some exceptional people out there where they can push it to get it to work, but I think majority of people cannot. That's what I'm thinking about this, but I don't know if that is the case or not. Let's go ahead and give this video a shot.
Okay, and so by focusing and concentrating on the stapling, the sweeping, the brushing of the teeth, it conditions you to be just constantly focused and concentrating on whatever you do. So then when you're with your daughter, you are like, your brain is almost trained to be 100% with her.
Exactly. If I'm distracted all day long, Brian, and then I go for 20 hours a day or 22 hours a day, and then I spend 2 hours with my daughter, how can I expect to be focused? And if I can't be focused, I can't be present. If I can't be present, I can't enjoy being with her. I can't feel her emotions, her reactions, see how she's behaving, talking to me, listen to what she's saying. Right. I want the most out of my time with the people I love and doing the things that I love. In order to do that, I need to be able to focus. Then I can say at the end of the day, wow, today was a full day. I spent time with my wife. I was completely present. Spent time with my daughter. I was on my property in Costa Rica working on stuff. I was completely present. I had a full day. If I get run over by a bus at 10 p.m. at night, I can go like, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I lived a full, rewarding day.
Right. And the reality is probably most people are just partially present throughout their day, or thinking about a myriad of things at all times during the day. So the phone is buzzing and beeping. They're anxious or stressed about their money. They're stressed about something that might happen, some news article they read somewhere else. So that means they're not concentrating on their workout, their family, their work, their purpose, the sunshine. And so you kind of bump around in this kind of agitated, mediocre existence. And that's what I guess you're trying to prevent people from living in.
You know, I will say that is a lot me. Again, I do understand that my thoughts go in 100 miles per hour or whatever you want to call it. But I do understand that I can, in a sense, separate myself from that. I can be observant of my thoughts. But like even whenever I'm watching this video, sometimes I'm sometimes thinking of things, especially whenever they talk about something. I think about what they talk about, and not only that, but a lot of other thoughts come into that thought to kind of ask questions about the thought, to destroy that thought, to build up that thought, to give examples of that thought. A lot of that happens while I'm trying to focus as well, and sometimes I do get where my attention gets drawn into my thoughts, but then I realize I have to focus. And I guess that is something that I do need to be more aware of in my life, because I notice that my thoughts just somehow grasp my attention just randomly sometimes, and then I remember, focus.
Basically, and then getting to the end of your life and you go, what was that all about? You know? And Brian, we talked in our first show about how the mind works, how there's awareness in the mind, that the mind doesn't move, but awareness is, you could imagine of it as a bright ball of light that travels within the mind. And wherever awareness goes, that area of the mind you become conscious of. So if I'm sitting and talking to you or having dinner with you, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, you're chatting with me. If my ball of light is somewhere else thinking about my project in Costa Rica or thinking about some email I need to get back to, I'm physically present with you. Mentally, I'm checked out. And I think a lot of people are that way. You can sit with them. Physically, you're always present because your body can't go away unless you get up and walk away. So physically, I'm with you, but mentally, are you present? And if you're not present, then what's the point of even being there?
Yeah. Dandapani, I get spoiled because so many of my interactions are like this, right? So a lot of times, we're on camera, we're like, I get locked in with someone like you for 90 minutes. And I'll be honest, when I go sometimes meet friends out and, it's at a place that's noisy or they got their phones out, Honestly, I usually have people come meet me here because that way we can sit and have a quiet, focused conversation. So I'm a bit spoiled. And in that sense,
Yeah.
I can tell when someone's not present, and I would rather not be there with them. I'd rather be alone, actually, than be with someone who's not with me 100%. That's strange to say?
Let me ask those who watch this video: do you ever, when you go out with your friends, are they sometimes on their phones when you're hanging out? Are you sometimes on your phone when you're hanging out with friends? Let me know. Or have you also any one of these things? Have you went out and then you observed like people hanging out together but they're on their phones? I've seen that a lot. And it's kind of saddening, honestly, for me, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, checking your phone, just like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, just in case you had to send something real quick or whatever. But when they come out, they're just sitting together and they just go, and they're like that for a long time. I'm like, wow, that's time change or something. You want to go hang out? Sure. Hey, how you doing? We're hanging out? Okay. Oh, man.
No, I take the same attitude. Look at it this way, right? I would say to you in your audience, if you had 3 hours to live and you knew you only had 3 hours left, and someone asked you for 10 minutes of your time, and you made that decision to give them 10 minutes of their 3 hours, and in that 10 minutes of speaking with them, they were constantly checking their phone or being distracted, would you want to be there?
Oh.
You wouldn't. When
No.
you shrink the time, you increase the clarity of focus. We all think we're going to live forever, so we're willing to waste time with sitting down with people who are constantly on their phone, constantly being distracted. I don't look at it that way. I wake up every morning and go, my clock is ticking. I don't say it's short, but I know there's a clock somewhere that says Dandapani underneath, and it's counting down. I don't know how many hours on that, but I know it's counting down, and it's going to hit 0 one day. So if I'm going to give you a few minutes of those precious minutes that I have, the very least I expect from you is your undivided attention. You know, that's all I'm asking for. Be present. And if you can't, it's okay. I'm going to go do what I need to do. You go ahead and do what you need to do. But if I'm going to give you what precious few minutes I have in my life, I'm just going to ask for yours as well.
Okay. So far, this is the second video he talks about a time limit. The other one he talks about 6 months to live, which he says is about a good time where you don't have too much time but not too little time, where you can really focus on the clarity. And it's interesting that I guess that is that's his message here in this video. It's about clarity in what you want to do in life. When you're forced to say what is important in your life, or forced to realize what you're doing in life. Kind of like how, you know, you going out hanging out with friends and you're sitting there texting and whatnot, texting the friend literally in front of you. I may have seen that. Anyways, texting the friend in front of you instead of, you know, talking and doing something, the reason why you went out in the first place. Oh my gosh. So interesting. I do wonder if his other talks are also about clarity with, I guess, what you want to do or how you spend your time.
Yeah.
For your undivided attention. That's not too much to ask.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto.
Oh, good Lord. He's advertising his stuff there. I think that's... Yep. Nope. Sorry. This is Dandapani's video. So anyways, interesting. I kind of want to hear more about how he continues to express and explain this focus and clarity of life. So far, I don't know or don't think Sadhguru or any other gurus or Swami talks about this. Obviously, when we're young, we think we have infinite lives, we have infinite continues. But when you get older, I guess a lot of people are a little unhappy in their life because they're doing unimportant things or are so distracted with the important things in their life that they're not focused on it, which is something that he points out here. I think that's another thing that I want to put under my belt so that I could perhaps talk to some people that I've never really asked this question to. It's like, I think a good question would be to ask, on top of the other questions asked here, if you want to answer this, And I did actually answer this in the last video that I reacted to his. If you had 6 months to live, what would you do? And I thought, like, for me, there's not really too much. I mean, I'd probably quit my job. I'd probably go visit some countries just to explore life, explore that part of life that I never really got a chance to. And then that's about it. Eat the foods there, obviously. Hang out with family. That's about it. I mean, it's quite crystal clear for the most part of what I want to do. I have an idea, just haven't implemented it yet. It's not something I can technically... It's something I could do right now if I wanted to. Sorry, excuse me. But the problem is, if I do it now, I'd put my future self, if I have any more lives to live or time to live, in a greater distress. So, but yeah. Anyways, you can leave your comment in the comment section below. Anyways, that's my reaction to Your Clock is Ticking. So, again, interesting. He does the 6 months, 2 hours for that one. It's really weird. But anyway, 6 months. It talks about death. It talks about clarity of what you want to do in life. Anyways, that's my reaction to this. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.